Are you tired of AI assistants that phone home with your code? Well, today, we're going to build a completely private, super powerful local AI right inside VS Code. And we're doing it the right way. No third-party extensions that might compromise your privacy or just bog down your editor. Okay, let's dive in.
So, you've got this idea, right? You want to bring the power of a local AI, maybe using a framework like Ollama, to run models on your own machine directly into your editor. For most of us developers, the first impulse is always the same.
You head straight to the marketplace. You search, you install, you start fiddling with some new configuration file, and you just cross your fingers hoping it all works. But this whole familiar dance, it comes with strings attached. You're adding dependencies that can break your workflow, and even more importantly, you're introducing potential privacy risks.
This quote from the developer community absolutely nails the central anxiety here. When you install an extension, you're basically adding a black box to your most critical workspace. You don't always know what data is being collected, and for any professional dealing with proprietary code or client confidentiality, that's just a non-starter. But what if we could just bypass the marketplace entirely? What if we could create a direct, totally transparent, and infinitely customizable bridge between our editor and our local AI? Well, the good news is we absolutely can. You see, the key here is realizing we don't need to bolt on new functionality. We just need to connect two incredibly powerful systems that are already at our fingertips: VS Code's built-in automation engine and Ollama's local API server.
And the contrast between these two paths is, well, it's stark. The extension way means you're dealing with external dependencies, potential data leaks, and a system you can't really audit. The native way, though, it's 100% private. Your code never leaves your machine. Full stop. It's transparent, it's stable, and it gives you total sovereign control over your entire setup.
You know, the beauty of this architecture is just how simple it is. Seriously. Under the hood, Ollama is just a local server that exposes a standard REST API. And VS Code, it's an incredibly powerful client, perfectly capable of sending shell commands and showing you the output. All we're doing is just teaching them how to talk to each other.
All right, now for the fun part, let's actually build it. This entire integration, all this power and privacy we're talking about, it all hinges on one single powerful file that you probably already use in your projects, tasks.json.
And hey, don't worry if you're not a tasks.json expert. If you've ever set up a simple task to automatically start your dev server when you open a project, you already have all the skills you need. We're just pointing that same power at a much, much cooler target.
It really is this straightforward. We'll create the .vs code folder, make a new tasks.json file inside it, define a new task that just executes a shell command, and then use good old curl to send our highlighted code directly to the Ollama API.
And here it is. This is the entire engine right here. We've created a task we're calling explain selection. Its command is just a curl request pointing to our local Ollama API endpoint. We're using the -d flag to send some data. Specifically, a little bit of JSON that tells Ollama which model to use and what prompt to run. Simple, direct, and incredibly effective.
Now look closely at that prompt. You see that ST selected text? That right there is the magic ingredient. It's a built-in VS Code variable that automatically grabs whatever code you have highlighted and just injects it right into our curl command. No extensions, no sidebars, just pure, seamless, context-aware integration.
Okay, so we've built our on-demand assistant, which is awesome. But now let's take it to the pro level. How do we make this experience not just functional, but instantaneous?
Anyone who's worked with local models knows the pain of the cold start. It's that first prompt of the day that just hangs for several seconds while Ollama loads a gigabyte-heavy model into memory. It's that tiny moment of friction that can completely shatter your focus and pull you right out of the zone.
The solution, though, is beautifully elegant. We're going to use another VS Code task to automatically warm up our AI model the very moment we open our project. So by the time we actually need it, it's already hot and ready to go.
I mean, just look at how clean this is. The command simply pings the model with an empty prompt, which is all it takes to force it into memory. But the magic is right here. Run on folder open triggers this task automatically, and reveal never makes sure it all happens silently in the background. It's a true set it and forget it optimization. And the result? 0 millisecond latency. By the time you're ready to write your first line of code, your private AI assistant is already warmed up and just waiting for your command. This is the kind of buttery smooth performance you get when you master your native tools.
So let's just step back and look at what we've actually built here. This isn't just a clever hack. It's a foundational piece of the Sovereign Developers Toolkit, for someone who wants complete and total control over their environment.
So here's what you gain. 1. Unmatched privacy, because your code and prompts stay on your machine, period. 2. Zero dependencies, giving you a way more stable and secure setup. 3. Blazing speed, thanks to our preloading trick. And 4. Infinite customization. You can create tasks to refactor code, write unit tests, generate documentation, anything you can dream up with any model you want.
This quote really says it all. This approach is about more than just convenience. It's a professional philosophy. It's about taking ownership of your tools and ensuring your most valuable asset, your code, remains securely and exclusively in your control.
So, we've laid the foundation. You now have a secure, powerful, and infinitely flexible AI assistant that is truly yours. The only question left is, what amazing things are you going to build with it? Go build something incredible.